Greeting to the viewer, I am Janvi Chauhan, representing the topic Internet Address and INET Address class in Java, which is a subtopic of Java networking. Topics covered in the video are what is Internet Address, also known as IP address, then we will see what is INET Address class in Java and the methods for this class. We'll see these methods through a Java programs, and finally we will see what is the difference in IPv4 and IPv6. Starting with IP addresses, we know that devices connected to the internet are called nodes, and nodes that are computers are called hosts. Each node or host is identified by at least one unique number called an internet address or an IP address. Now, question here is who gives this IP address to the nodes? The answer is Internet Corporation for assigned names and numbers is responsible for assigning IP addresses. IP address is a unique number assigned to a node of a network. It is composed of octets that range from 0 to 255. An IP version 4 address looks like the one shown here. There are 4 octets in an IP address. The IPv4 addressing system is divided into 5 classes of IP addresses. All the 5 classes are identified by the first octet of the IP address. Now, talking about classes of IP addresses, it is a vast topic in itself. Here I have covered a little in this video. So first comes class A addresses. The first bit of the first octet for class A addresses is set to 0. Thus, the first octet ranges from 1 to 127. Class A addresses include only the IP addresses starting from 1 to 126 only. But the IP address which range from 127 is reserved for loopback addresses, which I will see later in this video. The default subnet mask for class A addresses is 255. The subnet mask can be used to calculate the number of hosts and the number of network IP address class can have. Next comes class B addresses. An IP address which belongs to class B has the first 2 bits in the first octet set to 1, 0. Thus, its first octet range starts from where the first octet of class A ends. That is, the range of octets for class B is from 128 to 191. The default subnet mask for class B is 255, 255 and the sets of 0 to 225 of the other 2 octets. Similarly, for class C addresses, we have first 3 bits of the first octet set to 110, which covers a range from 192, where class B ends, to 223. As you can see in this example, the first octet is 192 and in the binary version, the first 3 bits are 110. So this IPv4 address belongs to class C. The default subnet mask for class C is 255, 255, 255 and the 0 to 255 last octet. Moving further, very first 4 bits of the first octet in class D IP addresses are set to 1110, giving a range of 224 to 239. This class does not have any subnet mask. Class D is reserved for multicasting. In multicasting, data is not designated for a particular host. That is why there is no need to extract host address from the IP address. Lastly, the class E is reserved for experimental purpose only. Its first octet ranges from 240, 000 to 255, 255, 255 and 254. Just like class D, this class 2 is not equipped with any subnet mask. Coming back to our topic, let us now discuss INET address class in Java. The java.net.INET address class is Java's high-level representation of an IP address, both version 4 and version 6. Looking at the class hierarchy of INET address class, it extends Java object class and Java serializable. As we can see in the diagram, java.net, INET 4 address and INET 6 address both extends java.net.INET addresses, both representing IPv4 and IPv6. Before we move on, it is necessary to understand the difference between an IP address and a host name. An IP address is a logical numeric address that is assigned to every single computer, printer, switch, router, or any device that is a part of a TCP/IP based network. On the other hand, a host name is a label assigned to a network that transfers the user to a specific website. So they are not the same thing. Coming on the methods of INET address class, there are two categories of methods which are needed to be discussed. The first, factory methods of a class, which allows you to call the method without referencing to the object, and on the contrary, instant methods of a class that cannot be called without an object. Factory methods for this class are getLocalHost method, getByName method, getAllByName method. Instance methods are getAddress method, getHostAddress method, and getHostName method. We will look to all of these methods through examples. Next in the category is the getter methods of INET address class. INET address class contains 4 getter methods as shown here. These methods return the host name as a string and the IP addresses as both string and byte array. There are no corresponding setter methods, which means that packages outside of java.net cannot set INET address objects fields behind its back. This makes INET address immutable and thus thread safe. Now let us see all these methods through some programs. For this, I have opened my NetBeans IDE and created a new project named INET addresses, and here it has created a by default Java class for me. Inside this main method, we need a try and a catch block. So now we have created an object of INET address class named as address, and as we know this method has no public constructors, so we need to use factory methods only. So here for the first we are seeing the getLocalHost method. So for the INET address object address, I have called the getLocalHost method and I have printed out whatever it has returned. So what getLocalHost method does, it returns an INET address object for host on which code is running. This method tries to connect to DNS to get a real host name and IP address, but if it fails, it may return loopback addresses instead. We have seen in IP address class A that the IP addresses starting from 127 are reserved for loopback addresses. So loopback addresses has the host name as localhost and the IP address as we have already seen 127.0.0.1 and so on. And running this program, it has given us the output the host name of the local machine and the IP address of the local machine. Next we have the most common one, which is getByName method, which makes a connection to the local DNS server to look up the name and the numeric address for the URL or the IP address passed here. We can search through URL also and the IP address also. So for the site of Google, if we search getByName, let us see what it returns. It had returned us the host name and the IP address for the site. Now, I don't want this host name to be displayed here. I only want to get the IP address. So what can I do is I can use one getter method here, get host address. Now it will not give me the host name, it will give me only the host address. As you can see here, it only gives the host address now. Now if I pass here an invalid URL, let's say any string which is not a valid URL, and if now I run this file, it throws an unknown host exception. It throws an unknown host exception, which is the type of IO exception only, right? So we have to pass here a valid URL. So this is all about getByName method. Now talking about getAllByName method, it is not much different than getByName, with the only difference getAllByName, as the name suggests, returns all the hosts and the addresses associated with this URL in an array of addresses. So let us check it. What are all the hosts associated with this? All the IP address and host associated with it. So www.google.com has only two host names and IP addresses linked with it. One is the IPv4 and one is the IPv6. So now as the get host address returns only the IP address and not the host name, there is get host name method also, which only returns the host name and hides the IP address. If we pass the URL here just to check the difference and call get host name method, what it does, it gives us the host name for this URL, the host name for Google site, right? And if we now run this, it had returned us the same thing because it does not has a host name. Alright. Another getter method for this class is get canonical host name, which is not much difference but is a bit more aggressive about contacting DNS. Get host method name will only call DNS if it doesn't think it already knows the host name. Get canonical host name calls DNS if it can and may replace the existing cached host name. So get canonical host name simply returns the host name of the site. Now, if you want to know the IP address of your system and the version of it and you don't know it, then you can create a function called get version outside of main function, which returns an integer and takes as parameters an object of inet address class. And we will use get address method for this inet address object, which will return the address as byte array and we will store it. We will not define any length for this array. Why? Because it can be anything depending on the length of the address. So we will check on the length of this array. If the length is 4, the IP version of the address passed is 4, or if the length of this array is 16, the version of the address passed is 6. So we'll call this function here, and as it is returning an integer, we'll store that in a variable called version and we will print that variable. And now on running this file, I am passing the address of my local host. So now the version of my local host is the IP version for this local host is 4. That means my system uses IPv4. Now that we have learned to know the IP address versions of our machine, we need to know a little more about IP versions, IPv4, IPv6 and the difference in them. So starting with IPv4, it was the first version of Internet Protocol. It was deployed for production in ARPANET in 1983. Today, it is most widely used IP version. It is used to identify devices on network using an addressing system. IPv4 uses 32-bit address scheme allowing to store 2 to the power 32 addresses, which is more than 4 billion addresses. Till date, it is considered the primary Internet protocol and carries 95% of the Internet traffic. Now, talking about IPv6, it is the most recent version of Internet Protocol. Internet Engineer Task Force initiated it in early 1994. The design and development of that suite is now called IPv6. It was aimed to resolve issues which are associated with IPv4. With 128-bit address space, it allows 340 unidecillion unique address space, which is a huge number in itself. IPv6, also called IPNG, that is Internet Protocol Next Generation. IPv4 address uses only numbers and the octets are separated by dots. IPv6 uses alphanumeric format and separated by colons. Differences in both the version of IP addresses are IPv4 offers 12 header fields, whereas version 6 offers only 8 header fields. Version 4 supports broadcast, whereas version 6 does not support broadcast. IPv4 has checksum fields while IPv6 doesn't have checksum fields. IPv4 supports VLSM, that is Virtual Length Subnet Mask, whereas IPv6 does not support VLSM. Thank you so much for watching this video.